FDA approval doesn't mean safe. It means paid for. When you hear that the drug is FDA approved, what comes to mind? Safe, tested, trusted? Let me show you what it actually means. The FDA is supposed to be the watchdog, the gatekeeper. But here's what most people don't know. The FDA is funded, in large part, by the very companies it regulates. That's right. Over 75% of the FDA's drug review budget comes directly from pharmaceutical companies through something called user fees. You heard that correctly. Drug companies pay the FDA to fast-track their own approvals. That's not regulation. That's pay to play. And what happens when money controls the process? Drugs that were rushed through approval end up pulled off shelves, later for causing strokes, heart attacks, cancer, or death. But by then, billions were already made. Vioxx, Avandia, Fen-Phen, Zantac, all FDA approved, all later found dangerous or deadly. So no, FDA approved doesn't mean safe. It means enough money changed hands. And don't think the corruption stops there. Most top FDA officials go on to work for drug companies after they leave the agency. It's called the revolving door. Approve the drug now, get the cushy pharma job later. That's not science. That's betrayal. So when you're told, don't worry, it's FDA approved, ask yourself, who paid for that stamp? Who profits if you believe it? And who pays the price when they're wrong? You already know the answer. Follow me. We're going to tear the mask off the system, one lie at a time.
This presentation represents the professional opinions, clinical experiences, and educational interpretations of Dr. Farah Agustin-Bunch. It is presented strictly for informational, educational, and motivational purposes only. Viewing, attending, or engaging with this presentation, or any content in any form created by, affiliated with, showing, or associated with Dr. Farah does not establish or imply any doctor-patient relationship with anyone. No personal medical advice is being given, and nothing in this presentation should be interpreted as individual medical consultation, diagnosis, treatment, or prescription. Statements made herein have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration or any international regulatory authority. The experiences and outcomes shared are not typical and are not guaranteed. This content is not a substitute for professional medical advice. Always consult your licensed healthcare provider before making any health-related decisions. Copyright and content protection. This presentation and all associated materials, including video, audio, slides, graphics, and spoken content, are the exclusive intellectual property of Dr. Farah Agustin-Bunch. Unauthorized recording, reproduction, distribution, sharing, or public display of any part of this presentation in any format is strictly prohibited and may result in legal action. By continuing to watch, you agree not to record, screen capture, copy, repost, or transmit this content in whole or in part without express written permission from Dr. Farah or her authorized legal representatives. By continuing to watch, you acknowledge that you are solely responsible for your health decisions. You understand this presentation is not a medical service. You agree not to hold Dr. Farah, her team, or affiliates liable for any outcomes associated with the use or misuse of the information provided. Viewer discretion is advised. This presentation may challenge conventional beliefs and expose controversial topics in medicine, health, and regulatory policy. It is intended to empower, not to incite fear, replace clinical care, or offer medical guarantees. Your health is your responsibility. This is your opportunity to reclaim it.